Good afternoon, YouTube. You are now back with The Gentleman's Look. Today we're going to be discussing what it means to be a gentleman with spirituality. You definitely got a good one today, man. I think I took that from Steve Harvey. No. Alright, YouTube. So once again, we are back with The Gentleman's Look. And today I broke down the topics into four categories. Again, we're discussing a gentleman with spirituality. But first we're going to talk about a man versus a gentleman. What is the difference between a man versus a gentleman? We're also going to talk about how God helps your vision. How he assists with creating a vision in your head for you to follow and be persistent with. We're also going to be discussing having a sound mind. How to think properly and pretty much quiet all the outside noise so you can focus in on what you're called to do. And we're also going to be talking about being obsessed with progression, how all of this ties in with being a gentleman. So, first topic, man versus a gentleman. As you understand, a man is a man by nature. If you grow with a penis, and you have the XY chromosome, you're considered to be a man. You don't really have to think about that. That was pretty much chosen for you. A gentleman is a journey. It's a choice. It's not something that you can just be labeled because of your gender. A gentleman is a conscious decision that requires a long journey of education and understanding how to move, how to have respect, how to appreciate things that you can really value and nurture. Key word in gentleman is gentle. Now this is something that a lot of individuals may have a hard time with because as men, we are taught to be very, very macho. Hide your emotions, you know what I'm saying? Don't really speak too much on things that you're passionate about. You don't want to come off as sensitive. But these are just human emotions. These are things that even if you try to hide it, you couldn't hide it for long. If something really affects you, if you're passionate about it, it's going to show in one way or another. In this type of, what they say, microwave era, everybody wants things quick, but being a gentleman is not an overnight thing. There's a lot of respect that goes in for all things in the world. And as you continue to respect everything that God has created, which includes people, not just your own dreams and endeavors and, materialistic things in the world that you deem to be respectable to reach for, but that includes people. You have to learn how to serve people. Yeah, I said it. And I don't mean in a submissive type of way or anything like that, but I mean you have to learn how to sometimes put people before yourself at times. Not that everybody comes before you, but when God was here, he served people. He put people first. He was forward thinking. He understood that his actions could have a long-term effect on individuals' mindsets and the way they carry themselves. And if you want to progress in anything, everything that you do has to be for the long run. So now we're getting into how God helps your vision. So we have to understand that no, everyone is not blessed to know exactly what their passion is or what they're passionate about. Some people, it depends on what you're called to do. Sometimes God chooses people and plants that vision in them from an early age, and you'll notice that those individuals, they live a different life other than what you may have lived. Growing up, they grew up in certain parts of the world, they grew up in certain circumstances in their family that is more geared towards their vision and what they're called to do. But the point that I want to get to is, it's okay to not know what you want to do. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 45 years old and you're still saying, oh, my time is done. I mean, I'm not even in my prime anymore. All these young guys, they're doing everything. There's nothing else that I can come up with. My life is just over. I'm just going to work this job that I'm at or do whatever that I'm doing. It's never over. You know, the primary goal is to get one with God. You know, you're in the flesh right now, but there's a higher you. And you have to tap into that higher you. And once you tap into that higher you, then there's an even higher level than that, which is God. And he will make you guys one. He will pretty much, again, like I like to say, which is true, direct your steps. You know, a short story when I was, I haven't told too many people this, but it's real. In this channel, you're going to get the real. I'm not going to tell you anything that's not true and not real. When I was 13 years old, I guess it was the way I was brought up. You know, I have a really strong mother. You know, I grew up without a father, and typical story for a lot of African Americans. But I said this prayer at 13 years old. I pretty much asked God, you know, to show me who you are. What is this? I hear so much about you, excuse me, and who are you? You know, I want to hear the way you hear, speak the way you speak, see the way you see. So I pretty much allowed him. I said, take over my body. Take it over and let me see the way you see. You know, so I can really know what's going on around here. Yes, I was brought up in the church. Not that I went to church every single Sunday, but my mother is Southern, so you know how that goes. But yes, I was introduced to God pretty early. And ever since that day, I've never been the same. I'm I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never been the same. There was just certain things that happened and transpired over and over since that prayer. I mean, the amount of people that came into my life, old and young. I've had some really young people who were really, really wise talk to me, and normally you'll be like, what you got to say to me? You ain't even, you still wet behind the ears, you know what I'm saying? But because I asked God what I asked him, he made my ears open up and made me very disciplined to understand this person has something to say to you. So now I want to discuss pretty much having an appreciation and respect for all things. As a gentleman, once again, the key word is gentle. So you want to have a respect for everything. I mean, everything that you can touch or look at. You want to just have a respect and total appreciation, especially people. You know, if you're a man, you want to appreciate and respect women, appreciate and respect men. You have to understand that we all grew up from different walks of life. A lot of us were exposed to different things at a young age that we internalized differently, and it made us move a certain way that may be different from the way you move. That goes for men and women. You have some women out here who are still trying to understand what it means to be a woman, let alone be a woman in some of the environments and countries that they come from. Every country has a different, I want to say, an agenda and how to move in that system. A lot of women are still struggling today, and definitely a lot of men who are coming from broken homes. So you want to make sure that when you're dealing with individuals, you want to keep that in the back of your mind, that this person is not exactly like me, so they might not express themselves the way I may express myself. You know, they might not behave the way I behave in certain situations, and they might not deal with confrontation the same way I deal with confrontation. But yeah, sorry guys, I almost got off topic. I had so many thoughts going on, I almost lost what I was talking about. But pretty much to finish up that last topic, I was going to say having a sound mind. You just have to be able to keep your head clear regardless of what's going on in the world. You know, as a gentleman, you're on a mission. Like I said, it's a journey. So you want to make sure that you're just focusing on everything that you want to become. You know, everything that you say should pretty much prophesize who you want to be. You can conjure in your own success. It's not so much outside influences. As a man thinketh, he'll be it. So if you think about something constantly all the time that you want to be, and it's always on your mind, the earth is going to obey it. As long as you're living right, the earth is going to obey it. So if you're constantly thinking about it, you're going to make it happen. You know, God had a vision for where he wants the sun to be, the oceans to be, the trees. He thought about it, and so it became as well. You're constantly reading, you're constantly learning different cultures, you're constantly wanting to meet different types of people from different walks of life. Sometimes they may not have much to offer to you, but they always have something. You're looking for that something that you can add, you know, to your knowledge. So you're just obsessed with everything progressive. It becomes like you just want to see the world pretty much the way God sees it. Go back to that prayer again. Get your rest, but make sure you just obsessed with progression. You know, it's not so much for monetary gains. Whatever you're doing, it can't just be for money. It has to be a bigger picture. The money's going to come. There's still good people in the world that are looking to fund a significant vision. And God still exists, and He always will. So if money is what you need, He's going to give it to you. But just fulfill that void in your heart. You know you're created to do something. You know you're from greatness. Don't just say I'm from Kings and I'm from Africa. We kings, and that's why we wear this gold chains and all that stuff. Yeah, some of those things have truth to it, but you know you have a vision in you. Fulfill it. And don't rest until you... See, that's where the no rest comes in. Don't rest until you fulfill it. Be obsessed with progression. Alright? So that's pretty much what we have for today. Like I said, at the end of any video, I like to discuss what I have on. And again, this video will be no different, so check it out. Alright guys, so today I'm wearing a sport coat, which is different from a suit jacket. This one is from Jose Bank. This is a Donegal material with a burnt orange window pane pattern. I paired this with a burnt orange, or no, I'm sorry, not burnt orange. This is more like a camel color, but close to the color of the jacket. Camel color H&M turtleneck. I paired this also with a pocket square that's brown and it has burnt orange in it. I'll come a little closer, maybe you can see the burnt orange material with the pocket square. I'm not sure if you can see that too well. And I think a turtleneck is a good way to add elegance to your outfit. Alright, so the outfit was paired with black jeans, what we like to say crispy black, you know, the dudes out there, you know how we talk, crispy black jeans. I paired these with the boot, with some Chelsea boots. These are brown suede Chelsea boots. These were given to me by a friend of mine. Shout out to Ian. You know who you are out there. These are a gift from my friend, and I usually wear these a lot because they have more sentimental value to me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't afraid to say that, but yeah, I paired them with Chelsea boots. I think Chelsea boots is a very, very sexy footwear, to be honest, man. I feel like I would just own Chelsea boots alone if that's the case, but I love these. I had to get the jeans hemmed a little bit and tapered because they were a little loose. These were a slim fit from H&M, but they were a little loose for some reason. I'm not sure why, so I tapered them a little. Alright guys, so that's the video for today. As you can see, I took off the sport coat just to give you a different look. But if you like the channel, you like the content that you see here, as you can see, we talk about some pretty real stuff, you know. So if you like what you hear, please subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment about certain topics that you would like to discuss. Again, this is my passion. This is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. And this is surely going to branch onto, you know, different things. So again, you're watching D Gentleman's Look. You can also follow me at D_Gentleman's_look on Instagram. I post various images and photos and messages that are pretty much conducive to what we talk about here today. And I hope to see you guys in the next video where we're going to be talking all about ties, neckties, different fabrics, how to tie them, certain little features that you go for in them. So everything ties, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.